This is our Forex blog for September 6, 2011. Our internet went down around 11:30 or so, and because of that I'm going to be basically focusing on trading up until about 11. So like most days, you want to buy the strong currencies versus the weakest. The yen last night was stronger than the dollar, and the intermediate time frame trend was up. The daily, weekly, monthly trend was up. You'd want to trade that against one of the pairs that is most weak at that time frame. You can see the euro was mildly weak, and then had some strength. The weakness came back in for about 2 hours. The pound also, while not incredibly weak at that time, wasn't very strong in any way, and the Australian was moderately weak, as was the New Zealand up until about 11. Then strength came in. The longer term trend was still down though, however. So anyway, basically you'd want to be looking to sell the Australian yen and the pound yen. So let's bring up a regular chart. Because of the internet issues I had today, I'm just going to use default 5-minute charts, but if you watch some of our other Forex blogs, you'll see that I use our range projection tools. Let's scroll back, coming up to midnight today, and you can see the pound yen. Noting that the pound really was only weak until about 2, then it had a few hours of mostly strength. Being a U.S. holiday, is probably a little bit less active, but you would have been looking to sell coming up to midnight on any counter trend moves up, and you can see all 3 of those times it fell down. Let's look a little bit later into today after yesterday's U.S. holiday was over. You can see both the dollar and the yen got weaker around 3, and the euro was moderately strong then. The Swiss was also extremely weak at 2, and you can see this big burst of strength coming in at 2:30. The intermediate time frame and the real-time time frame of the euro was strong. So basically you'd want to be looking to buy the euro dollar, euro yen, and euro Swiss. Let's look at the euro Swiss. Remember, it's around 2:30. Way before this explosive move up. I mean, this is just probably the biggest move our tools have ever found. It's not likely to happen probably more than once a year. It's obviously due to economic news. However, you can see that trend continued, as does the euro dollar coming into 2:30. You want to be buying that one as well, and you can see that one also went up 100 and something pips. Here's euro yen. Again, I'm scrolling back because I'm doing this blog video later in the day due to our internet issues. When I came into the office today, the internet was down, so I just went home. This one also at 2:30 you're looking to buy. Breakout here, you can see about 25 pip move up. Pullback, you buy. And even before that news came out at 4, this one's already up 20 pips. And so the currency meter did an extremely good job. Notice the euro was strong, 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 and then it starts losing some strength. And we also had a mild weakness here. At 7:30, some extreme weakness is coming into this, and the strength is in the dollar here, as you can see. So, the euro dollar, not only did this thing double top coming into 7 o'clock here, even before 7, you can start seeing some strength in the dollar. This one starts to fall. Even if you got into that trade late, right around here, you can see it fell about 160 pips. And even if you missed that first wave, you short this little counter trend move here for about 25 pips, short here for 5 to 15 pips, short here for up to 100 pips, short here 25 pips, short here. When one currency's strong and the other one's weak, you know what to do. Now, the Swiss also was relatively weak all day. So at 7, when the dollar became really strong, the dollar Swiss was a great one to be buying around 7. Now keep in mind the news event caused this to go up, but even if you scroll the charts back, or we'll zoom them in here, at 7 o'clock you need to be buying this one. Even after that explosive move, you can see it went from 8,500 to 8,625, up another 125 pips. So if you miss this trade here, you wait for a little pullback, you might have made a little bit here. You definitely, you probably lost on this little pullback right here, and then you got into here and you have a nice 70 pip move. You're never going to have 100% wins because some trends, while they were continuing for a long time, all of a sudden the uptrend or the downtrend stops and you get into the your trade and it doesn't continue, and therefore you have a loss. The key to trading is small losses, bigger wins, and when you're focusing on buying the strongest currency versus the weakest currency, when you're selling the weakest currency versus the strongest one, when the trades do work, you tend to have significantly bigger moves. You catch more pips than what you risk, and that's the key. Even if you're 30, 40, 50% winning, you take a stab at it, lose 5 pips, take another stab, lose 12. Third trade is a 30 pip win, then you lose 10 pips, then you catch a 15 pip win, then you lose 8, and then you catch a 35 pip win. Basically that's how you want to trade. Let's see what else we have. The New Zealand was moderately strong, however the intermediate time frame trend was down for the most part, and daily, weekly, monthly trend was down, so you probably wanted to avoid that one. But later in the day, the Australian, pretty much all the time frames were lining up. It's not the strongest of all the currencies. The euro was, clearly, but it was also strong. So you could have traded this against a weak Swiss. You could have traded it against a weak yen at the time. So that means basically from about 3 o'clock onward, you want to buy the Australian yen. And you can see, a huge move right here. Weak Swiss, Australian Swiss is obviously going to go up a lot. This one, in fact, gapped up. I'm not sure if it stopped trading for a while, or at least the data provider, was down. But let's zoom in and look at it just after 7. One's strong, the other one's weak. You buy this little pullback, shoots up 30 or 40 pips. You bought this pullback, you might have had a small pip win or break even or a loss. This breakout right here, goes up 30 pips. This pullback here goes up 30 pips. This pullback here goes up 30 pips. You might have got into a trade here. As it pulled back, started to go back up, you would have had a loss there. Not every trade is going to be a win, like I said. And obviously after the noon Eastern session, trading is a little bit tougher and tends to be more choppy and less trendy. But that's it for today's Forex blog. Hopefully our internet does not have issues tomorrow, and we'll do class tomorrow. Class was canceled today because of no internet at the office.